By the way, it is autumn. It's weather. Since I started my residency here, I just go ahead and do it, and it's yours. It's yours. You own it. I did not do that when I was in med school. Like, if I were to give a genuine advice, sometimes you get a time, you get a place, you get an opportunity that you may not get back again. Let's get to the Q&A part. Where are you from? I realized I've never said that on this channel. Why did you decide to do med school in Hungary? And life, let me tell you, was good. I didn't always knew that I wanted to do medicine. My brother was doing engineering, and then he told me there's gonna be a lot of math, you know that. Medicine it is. How are you? It's been a while. As you may know or you may not know, I am doing my residency here in emergency medicine in France, in Lyon. I wanted to talk more about balancing YouTube and pursuing something that I feel like I'm passionate about and my medical career. I'm not always consistent on YouTube, and I'm doing it out of fun, and I'm doing it out of something that I want to do that's outside of medicine, that has nothing to do with it, that is just enjoyable for me. I don't really bring a lot of medicine into my vlogs or show my day at the hospital or working or anything like that, because I really wanted to separate these two worlds. Fresh out of med school, I immediately jumped into medicine full on, and I completely lost everything that I cared about, everything that I found fun and joy in. Just kind of put it in the background, and it did affect me mentally, and it was not the healthiest way to approach things. When I came to France and I started my residency here, I realized that I need to figure out a healthy way to make sure that I have something going on that is for me, that I enjoy. Telling stories since I was little, I was so into everything that's like films and movies and storytelling and writing and everything that goes into that. For a while, I was thinking of YouTube, and I realized if I don't start and do this now, I may not actually find the motivation to do anything else, and then my whole life will just become work. I wanted to make sure that I understand that I'm not just a doctor, that I have multiple identities that I cannot lose. I think it's very, very important to make sure that you don't lose all of that you are and make it into this one thing. It is not fair to you, and it's not fair to kind of restrict yourself into becoming this one person, one version of yourself. We all mold into different things, and we all grow, we all evolve, and we all change, and we have to give ourselves that space to just be. I wanted to give space to be a good sister, a good friend, a good daughter, and a good person to myself, that I care for myself, that I give time for myself, that I love myself. I do think working in this profession as a healthcare worker, it is not easy to balance both lives, but I want to make sure that this video speaks to everybody. There are a lot of people who do so many important jobs where it's so hard for them to kind of find the joy and the spark and the happiness in life, because it can get really repetitive and it can get, not healthy. I want to keep doing it for as long as I find it fun, but I think I do have a vision that I hope one day that I can talk more about it. This vision is also one of the things that keeps me going. Yes, I'm doing something I'm passionate about and it's fun, but it also added something to it that drives me to keep going. When you add this kind of importance, kind of a goal, it adds more of a motivation to why you want to keep doing it. For instance, for me, I do have an idea of where I want to kind of go with this. Hopefully one day what I can do with it. I still don't know how long that's going to take me to do, because I am doing my residency and I am doing this, but I am insisting on posting and doing this because I know that hopefully one day when my vision do come to life, it'll be it was worth it. Especially when I come from work and then I'm tired. Even when I have the time and I have a couple of days off, I don't have the energy necessarily to do anything. When I do have the energy, I feel like I miss my friends, I miss my people, I miss talking to my family, I miss just going on a walk, I miss going to the gym. So I end up doing these things, kind of put doing something for YouTube on the side, the last thing on the list. But then I always make sure it is on the list because I want to come back to it and do it, because I always think okay, we have this idea, we have this vision that we hope one day can happen. It can't happen if we don't put something into it, and we do enjoy this. So if I don't do this, I'm gonna lose the one thing that is to me outside of medicine that I want to do, and I want to kind of let it take me out of that environment. I think when you stick a goal to something you're passionate about, it adds more of a motivation. So if you like playing piano, for instance, I was talking to a friend yesterday, and she's amazing, and I'm so proud of her. Like, I don't know if she's gonna be watching this, but she's from Australia. She is 18 years old, and I think she's doing amazing things. To her, she's probably still like a little bit hard on herself, and she decided to go on a European trip, like literally backpacking through Europe. We lived together when I was living with the host family when I first came to Lyon. We kind of became like friendly, and we stayed in touch, and she's such a nice girl. And then she came to Lyon for a visit, and then she was telling me like she plays piano, and she just finished like an exam that she had to do for her piano courses. And I was like, that's amazing that you are not just doing something that's a hobby, you add a little bit of seriousness to it. You add a little bit of like, okay, there's an exam, there's a goal, there's a test, there's an audition, there's whatever that it may be. It adds to the motivation that, you know, something actually genuinely good could come out of this passion or of this hobby that will like make it more meaningful, because it's like there's something at the end of it that could come out of it. And if it doesn't, it still was fun at the end of the day. This is how I think about it. It's like, okay, if I'm gonna do something for fun, if I really like it and I wanna do it longer, let me try to add something serious about it, just a little bit, some like end goal that I need to work a little bit hard to try to get to that goal. It will be this most amazing feeling, because you turn something you love and you find fun and you do it for fun into something amazing that you get a reward from. And if you don't get that, it's still, you were doing something that you were enjoying that has nothing to do with your profession or getting paid for it. It's just another thing that you do, and you're working on some goal for that. This is what I have with YouTube now. I do have goals for it, and let's hope one day they do work. The clouds keep coming in and out. The sun keeps showing up and then hiding, so don't mind what's happening here. It is a beautiful autumn day. I'm loving this breeze. It adds to your confidence when you have something on the side that you do. And like you start seeing other visions, you start seeing other ideas, you start seeing your future differently. You become more hopeful for the future, become more excited for things to come. It really does give you a purpose, just like beyond what your profession is and what your career is. Me being in healthcare and I work in a high stress environment, there are moments where it's like, okay, I'm starting to feel a little burnt out. I'm starting to feel tired. I'm starting to feel like I don't have energy. It's okay to slow down. It's okay to reprioritize things. And whenever I need to slow down, whenever I need to like kind of refocus, look at what my priorities are, what I need to get done first. Like, for example, I had like this evaluation that was like a month ago, and I needed to work on that evaluation with my supervisor. And during that month, there was like nothing occupying my brain except that date for my evaluation, and like needing to sit down and talk and figure out some things. Avoiding feeling burnt out sometimes means you might have to pause on some things, and it could be momentary, and it has to be momentary. You can take that time off, put that your priority, and really just get it done. And then once it's done, you will feel so much better because you're done with that. You gave it your all, you did good, and then you can go back and doing the thing that you want to do on the side. I think honestly, like if I were to give a genuine advice, starting from med school to find out your hobbies, I did not do that when I was in med school. I was at the library a lot of the times with my study friends. We'd go library, study, leave the library. We either would go to like the movies on weekend, we'd just go watch a movie. We would be so excited for that because it was in Hungary and they didn't have English movies except on weekends, and it was always at 10:30 p.m. So we would go to our classes in the morning, we would study in the afternoon until like 8, we go back home, everyone changes, and then we meet to go to the movies. And that was basically all I did outside of medicine. And then I did go to the gym a lot. I did have a trainer because I also didn't want to really think about anything. So I had a trainer. The reason I was even starting to do that was because I had to do it to count it as one of like my electives, as like a physical I can get credits from. Other than that, I did nothing outside of medicine. That was not the smartest thing to do. That medicine can be really, really tough. That needs full concentration and full attention. But have this little thing, just this little teeny tiny thing that you can just do at home, at school, at whatever. Like your school has a club for it, join it. Whatever that may be. For me, I did enjoy reading a lot before medicine, but because in medicine, all I was doing was reading medicine and reading books and reading notes and all the time. And I was just like, when I'm done, I did not want to pick up any book or anything. That was the one thing that I had as a hobby that was so easily replaced, because it was just like, I don't want to sit down and read anything else. And I didn't really think to replace it with anything else. But do not lose your hobbies. And if you don't have any, find something, please. Start from med school. Trust me, and hold on to it, because it will become a routine and it will become part of you. It will become you, that you cannot imagine not doing it, you know? So really do start early. Also, like, finding people around you that understand what you're doing means something to you. When I started my YouTube channel, I had my friends who were so supportive, that I even had some people reach out. Like, we never really spoke on a deeper level. They messaged me saying like they're so happy, they're so excited, because they knew me from school. They knew what I was like, they knew my personality, and for them to see that I'm doing something that is close to me, just like something lighthearted and fun, they were so excited. Finding that support and having it is amazing. But do not wait for that support to start something. Just start whatever you want to start and do it. Don't let how it's gonna look, what people are gonna think, your friends, what it's gonna look like, people are gonna make fun. Do not think of any of that. Just go ahead and do it, and it's yours. It's yours, you own it, and it's no one's business. Whatever you want to do, once you start, the right people will approach you and like will support you. Just do it, and really the right people will support you. And I think it's so nice when you have that. So now, since it's almost a year since I started my residency and doing this at the same time, I think I'm starting to get it better. I had a trip to the south of France, a solo trip, and I needed that trip because I was like, we're kind of almost a year into this program. I don't want to lose the fun things that I like doing. And when I went on this trip, I've done a lot of thinking, I've done a lot of meditating, and just like figuring out what is it I want from life, and what is it that I want to do, hopefully like, I don't know, 5 years from now, or 6, 7, 10 years from now. And I had the most beautiful vision that I pray to God that one day I do see it alive. And I realized that in order for me to get to that, I have to put in the work now. If I don't do the work now, it may never happen. Sometimes you get a time, you get a place, you get an opportunity in a certain moment that you may not get back again. And then if you don't use that to create something or to work on something that you want to have in your future, you might never get that time again, and then you might never get the thing you want in your future ever. Like this realization that there's so many things I want to accomplish. I think having a solo time and you just reflect and think will kind of make you understand what you value, what your priorities are, and what you want to do. I can't believe a year has passed. I started exactly in November last year. I told myself, let's survive this year, and then I can focus on these other things that I want to do. And I'm kind of happy that this year happened, because I feel reassured. I feel like I can do this. I don't know why, because I think I questioned a lot of things before starting the year. I questioned if I can do so many things at the same time. I did tell myself, let's have the first year and see where things go. I think now that we are here, I cannot wait for what's more to come. There's so many things that I cannot wait to get to. I'm just hoping that I do see it alive. For now, I just wanted to give an update on how I feel after 1 year in France. After 1 year in France, I feel great. That's the conclusion. I feel good. I feel good. I feel good. I feel good. Now, let's get to the Q&A part of this video. No one wrote in the comments. I'm not gonna be like, I got some questions in the comments. Some like basic questions to get to know me better. So let's get into it. I have it written here. A couple of my friends, I sent them to send me some questions that they might think could be interesting. First question, I did actually see this a lot in the comment section, I'm not gonna lie. Where are you from? So I realized I've never said that on this channel. I am from Saudi Arabia. Well, I'm originally from Riyadh. I was I went to school in Jeddah, so I am between Riyadh and Jeddah. We go between, but all my family, we're all from Riyadh. Second question, why did you decide to do med school in Hungary? So I always knew that I wanted to do university abroad. I didn't know where, and I didn't know what field. I did not always know that I wanted to be a doctor or wanted to do medicine. I knew I just wanted to go abroad. I wanted to experience more of life and experience more of people and cultures, and internationally just kind of get blended in with other internationals and just live life and see more of life. Why Hungary? My sister was already in school in Hungary. She started university there. So I did visit a couple of times, and it was like a no-brainer. Like, why would I go to another country when my sister is there and I can just join her and we can be together and life can be good. And life, let me tell you, was good. It worked out. Decided to go there and join her and be with her. So the other question is, why medicine? I didn't always knew that I wanted to do medicine. When the opportunity came, there was a discussion of, you want to do medicine or you want to do engineering? My brother was doing engineering, and then he told me, there's going to be a lot of math, you know that. And I was like, medicine it is. We're doing medicine. I told them, because medicine is not easy, so I'll give it a year or two, and if it doesn't work out, because the university was not an easy one, I did not want to, if it's not my path, I was gonna be early on deciding that it's not my path and I would switch majors. So I went into medicine and it was good. So I remember it was second year, because it was anatomy. This was a nightmare of a subject. I was like, if I pass this subject, that's it. Medicine is it. It's it for me. And then I did, and I was excited and I got into it, and yeah, and here we are today. Okay, why France? I feel like I answered this question. I wanted something more than what I was doing, and I wanted an experience for myself and just do more in life, because why not? What steps do you take for personal growth and self-improvement? Things like this. I do take myself out of my comfort zone, because I do get comfortable so much and I love comfort, but then I do push myself to do things that are outside of my comfort zone. I do read a lot as well, and I talk to people, and I like getting different perspective, and I like seeing different points of view, and also being really, really open-minded in the sense of accepting that your opinion can change, accepting that you can change, and accepting that you might be wrong and other people's point of view can convince you and can be right. I think that helps with my personal growth, because I just keep an open mind. There are things that I'm like, I don't care to change my mind. I'm like, I don't want to, I'm sticking to this opinion and I'm good. And it's not necessarily something bad or horrible. It's just this is how I want to live my life. I feel like this is the best thing for me. And then someone comes to be like, why are you making your life difficult? You can do this. I'm like, I know I want to do this, but your life will be easier if you do that. I'm like, I don't care. I'm doing it this way. There are things where I do like to hear other people's way of living and why they live it, and why they do it the way they do it, and then I can just kind of reflect on it and see why do we live the way we live? Why we all try to follow the same patterns and the same lifestyle and the same goals. Why are we living the same lives? I think reading that goes back to reading helped me use my brain, my own brain that God gave me, that I can completely use for free, and think and be like, why do I want to do that? Why am I doing this? Do I want to do this? Do I want to try something else? Do I want to continue in this life? Do I want to do something different? And I think asking yourself questions can help you see what you want. And I think for me, I always think why before I want to do something. I don't like following the crowd. And it's not always a bad thing to follow the crowd. Sometimes it is actually the right decision to kind of follow the crowd, but then not when it comes to life decisions. You want to think of your decisions, and you want to think why you want to do these decisions. What was the question again? Yes, tips I take for personal growth and self-improvement is I ask myself questions a lot. I ask myself, what do I want? And what's gonna make me happy? And I remember I was telling my mom, because when I moved from Saudi to France, I was like, wherever my heart is gonna feel content and most happy, I'll go there. If it ends up, I don't know, Tabuk or Taif or Italy or London, I don't know where, but I'll go there. It's not a question of, it's just I want my heart happy. That's how I think. So that's why before I make any decisions, I sit and I think. I need water. And the sun is really heading. Okay, hold on. Who's been the most influential person in your life? My mom. That's it. That's really it. My mom. She taught me grace and she taught me kindness. She's always taught me to make sure that I stay that kind of person. She inspires me, especially inspires the side of me that is kind and good and respectful, because she makes sure that I am that, and the aspect of me that can be strong and stand up and speak up. She's always encouraged that. So she is my whole life. So what insecurities, if any, are you willing to share? To be honest, yes, I do have insecurities, but I think I'm fairly like a confident person. Like, I know what I want from life and I know what I am. I worked so hard on myself and who I am today that I know the person that I am today is worth becoming and existing and taking space. I'm a human. The biggest people and the biggest names have had these moments where they felt intimidated, they felt scared, they felt nervous, they questioned if they can handle a situation or not. It doesn't take anything from what you are and what you're capable of. I had so many moments where I felt like, okay, this person is giving me like intimidation vibes and I'm nervous, but I'm like, we got this, we'll be fine. Moving on, how do you feel about adventures or trying new things? I'm into trying new things. I don't know about adventures though. I'm not looking for another adventure, to be honest. I wouldn't say I'm adventurous, to be honest, but I do like trying new things. But yeah. Do you see yourself taking a break from medicine again? The reason I needed to take a break from medicine, it was also like mentally, like I needed a break. It really does depend. It depends on, I don't know, the future. But I think I'm also in general passionate about healthcare. That's something I definitely am passionate about. Whatever it may be, I think I'm always going to be doing something in healthcare. All right, that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and like, and let me know down in the comments if there's anything you would enjoy watching more of. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.